Alright guys, so another year, as it is now time for Super Bowl 58 in 2 weeks from now. As once again, another Super Bowl, like what, the 8th year straight I think it is, where my prediction going into this playoffs was incorrect. As this year, the Super Bowl is going to be the 49ers and the Chiefs, the rematch of 4 years ago, as they're going to go at it once again when the Chiefs won that 31-20. So anyways, let's talk about the teams, how they got here, and then my predictions. So first off, the away team for this game, the NFC champion 49ers. As in the divisional round, they hosted the Packers, and they barely got out of that one. I warned everyone beforehand, don't underestimate the Packers. They can go in there and maybe beat the 49ers. And they almost did, but Jordan Love completely imploded in the fourth quarter with those 2 picks. And the 49ers got the win. What was it, like 24-21 or something like that? Complete implosion. So they made the conference championship for the 3rd year in a row, this time hosting it. And they would play the Lions, who going into halftime was up 24-7. And they honestly looked like they were dominating the 49ers and looked like the 49ers were done for. But nope. They didn't give up. They completely shut down the Lions for most of the second half, and they held on to win it 34-31 to make the Super Bowl for the first time since 2019, as they try to win their 6th title overall, their first title since 1994. Alright, so then that's the NFC champion, but now the AFC champion, as it is the Chiefs, as they actually pulled through in the end. As they went into the playoffs, remember, they looked weak. Their defense was good, but Mahomes looked terrible. The receivers looked terrible. It looked like it was not going to be set up good for them. But they first beat the Dolphins. They destroyed them 26-7. Then, in Mahomes' first away games that they kept hyping up so much, they visited the Bills, which I thought they were going to lose, since they've been losing to the Bills lately in the last few years. But nope. While Mahomes played good, he did just enough, but more importantly, the defense showed up, and the Bills missed the kick, which allowed them to beat them 27-24 to advance to their 6th straight AFC championship, as they had to be on the road once again, as they had to visit the number 1 seed Ravens. As I was worried about the Ravens going into this game, as I just did not trust them, as I remember I picked the Browns to beat the Ravens in the divisional round in my playoff predictions because of this. And defensively, Mahomes did all he needed to do in the first half. Afterwards, he did nothing. Offense honestly did pretty much nothing in the second half, but it didn't matter, as their defense completely shut down the Ravens. They forced a fumble touchback, and they forced Lamar to throw a pick in the end zone, and either one of those could have potentially got a game-tying score, which sent to overtime, and who knows afterwards. Because the Ravens' defense did their job. The Ravens' offense, however, didn't show up because the Chiefs' defense showed up. So because of that, the Chiefs, despite all the weaknesses they have, despite having like the weakest team of all the Chiefs teams since 2018, they made it back to the Super Bowl for the 2nd year in a row. They have become the first team since the 2019-2020 Chiefs to make back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, as they try to become the first team since the 2003-2004 Patriots to win back-to-back titles. So yeah, congratulations to both of them getting here. So now, what's my prediction? So as I always do at the Super Bowl, I always like to compare between the team's offenses and the defenses, since there was no notable injuries that I know of too to have to worry about. So first off, the Chiefs' offense versus the 49ers' defense. Now, the Chiefs' major weaknesses, remember, Mahomes didn't play good and the receivers are terrible, but they've clutched up enough. But as we just saw when they played the Ravens, they got pretty close. It was pretty close. The Ravens pretty much did a good job. It was just their offense against the Chiefs, as they shut down Mahomes in the offense pretty well in the second half. They just got cooked in the first half, though. So the Ravens did that as the number 1 defense in the league. The 49ers have a very good defense. So I can see somewhat being like the AFC Championship just now, where I think the 49ers might have the advantage. But I would not underestimate the Chiefs, though, because you can't underestimate that they made it all the way over here despite all the problems they were having. So then we got the 49ers offense against the Chiefs defense. I could see this going either way because the Chiefs defense is legit. The 49ers offense, however, is legit. However, they also have some concerns, too, because they struggled against the Packers, and they struggled in the second half against the Lions. So they have some concerns too. Because of that, I think this could be a balanced Super Bowl despite the massive problems the Chiefs had. Although my view on the 49ers definitely went up after they made that comeback against the Lions and all that. My view of the Chiefs kind of went down, though, throughout the playoffs. They destroyed the Chiefs, they barely beat the Bills, and they barely beat a Ravens team that choked. The 49ers, they barely beat a Packers team, and they spanked the Lions in the end. They had to pull off a massive comeback when it looked like they were going to get obliterated. So my view of the 49ers went up, the Chiefs went down. So I could see this Super Bowl going either way, but I think I might trust the 49ers right now. They've showed, at least right now against the Lions, that if the Chiefs somehow get a big lead on them, unlike the Ravens, that they could maybe come back and get it. They did a really good job against the Lions. And the Chiefs really disappointed against the Ravens. Up 17-7, they should have just ended it once and for all, but they just couldn't do it. They just got lucky that the Ravens imploded. Alright, so that's my Super Bowl prediction. I predict the 49ers. But I won't be surprised if the Chiefs get here. I think this Super Bowl is going to be close, despite the fact that the Chiefs have major problems. But either way, what will it be? Will it be either the 49ers getting their first Super Bowl since 1994, ending the 29-year drought, and getting their 6th title overall, and getting their revenge on the Chiefs from 4 years ago? Or will it be the Chiefs, despite all the adversity, win their 2nd straight title, and become the first team since the 2003-2004 Patriots to win back-to-back titles, and get title number 6, I believe, overall, because they won the titles in 1962, 1966, 1969, 2019, and then 2022. So yeah, it would be title number 6 they're going for. Alright guys, see you all next Sunday for the Super Bowl. I cannot wait for it. And of course, I'm actually getting back to some more like post-NFL content that I've kind of lacked off somewhat in the last few years. One, the NFL project, which is going to cover the entire 2023 season as it changed. I had to remake the slides early because updated logos for the Lions. That's good to go once we get the Super Bowl decided. That video is going to go up. The NFL drought video that was due, like the title droughts, because I haven't done the last few years. I brought that back, and it's just waiting to go once we see the results of the Super Bowl. And I might try and do my Super Bowl timeline video again because I still have my slides from the last 3 Super Bowls, Rams, Bengals, and Chiefs, Eagles. So I might, over these next 2 weeks, try and remake all the original slides because that's the reason why I haven't done a video on that, because all my original slides from a few years ago were on an external hard drive, and it doesn't work anymore. So they're like gone. So I'm going to have to remake them. So I might try and do that and do that video once again. So yeah, guys, cannot wait for Super Bowl 58 and who will win, the 49ers and Chiefs in the rematch. See you guys then.